Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video of My Creative Life with Kel Sweetie, where we read books, we make art, and during a certain time of year, we Halloween decorate. Yes, we have two videos out already, 2 episodes of me decorating this house, both in my book nook and in my kitchen. Go check those out if you haven't. I went for a witch kitchen practical magic thing in my kitchen, and I went for a 90s first grade Halloween party for my book nook this year, and honestly both really took it took a lot out of me. I'm gonna be honest, this year has been the most challenging and the most rewarding for all of my decorating this year in my house. The themes were just really out there and wasn't just my usual vintage Halloween, and it really pushed me, and I'm so happy seeing everything now. So make sure you go check out those episodes if you have not yet. But we are now on our 3rd episode. Yes, we did a Monster Mash movie area in my TV living room area this year, and I'm so excited for y'all to see how we got here, because once again, just like the last two, it was a journey. I wasn't sure if I was going to pull it off. I made this marquee sign during my crafting series, and I knew that I was going to work around it. But other than that, some things didn't even make this. One of the things that I was buying for this Halloween hunting season was a lot of monster and movie memorabilia for this area. And when I got to decorating, I wasn't certain if I had made a wrong choice in getting some things that were small and getting some things that were too big, not having a clear vision, but somehow it came together and pulled through, and it looked like this in the end. I can't wait, just like the last one, for you guys to see this lit up at night, because it's such an experience. We love coming out here and watching movies. As soon as this heat wave is over, we will be back to watching movies out here, because it's been ridiculous, and it's even ridiculous doing this video and this intro when it's 100 degrees out in LA right now. But I'm still happy. There's so much happiness here. So make sure you guys keep on watching to see how I got here and how you can as well if you're planning on decorating around your TV area this year and want to go for something that really commemorates your love for monster and horror movies during this Halloween season. Thanks for watching, y'all. I can't wait to show y'all the end. See you on the other side of the intro. Today is the 3rd video. That means after this one, we only have one more left, and then a full home tour, which will probably be like a time-lapse type of situation. But I'm so excited for today's theme because this is my monster movie mash area. I know, y'all love how I did that? That was amazing, right? This craft we've done on this channel, your do-it-yourself marquee sign. It still turned out so great. I'm so surprised at how great it turned out still. I really do love it. Here, just so you guys can see. I have it on the white light right now, but that may change, and I may go red, and I may go like a lime green color. I don't know, but right now we're going to keep it neutral with just a warm light. Behind you guys, my living room is trashed with not only all the goodies for the next video, but also for today's video. There are Halloween die cuts, there are headless horsemen, there are enlarged jumbo-sized popcorn, there are spooky trees, there are aliens, there are busts of many different monsters, and all of it is going to go behind us. How? We will find out today. As I was saying before, this theme has been a very new one. Usually I do vintage Halloween, that's kind of my whole aesthetic. And this year, all of my themes, I really wanted to push myself and do something different in every area. And for this one, considering it's the TV area, I thought putting some of our favorite monster and slasher films and everything from Halloween would be a great place to put it all. I did an easy craft making jumbo popcorn. Go check out that video if you have not already. It's in the same series as this marquee sign that I made. I'm excited to see how it all comes together. I'm saying that for good luck because I feel like I've done that every time so far, and somehow it's all pulled together. Especially that last one. I really didn't think we were going to pull it off, but we did. We really did. We did it. So for today's, we have VHS cassette tapes. We have action figures. We have Funkos. We have statues. We have Buzz. We have popcorn. We have popcorn buckets. I'm unsure on how it's all going to come together because one thing that I realized during all the Halloween hunting this year is I really leaned into trying to find as much monster stuff and movie stuff as I could find. And I'm surprised looking at what I'm seeing because it's one of the smaller groupings of things that I have in all these themes, to be honest with you. And they're all basically from this year. So I was concerned that I was buying too many things for the Monster Mash area, and now it seems that, like, it was a good thing that I was buying all of that, because if I hadn't, I would have nothing for this area whatsoever. So kudos to me on that one. I'm considering the bust that I've made last year, a bust or two that I've bought this year, being on the shelves, and maybe popcorn buckets being on either side. I want the jumbo popcorn maybe sprinkled throughout, but a lot of it here on this credenza TV place where we keep our sound bar. And then there's the issue of the bottom portion. I like to have things around my TV area. Last year I did a bunch of pumpkin pails and blow molds and stuff. I put a lot of my pumpkin pails and blow molds in my 90s Halloween party area this year, and I only have a few left, and I don't want so many that the idea of what this theme is supposed to be gets confusing, so I can see that possibly being a problem come time for us to decorate that portion. I think I'm going to probably leave that last just because I'm really unsure about it, and I think that my die cut for Halloween are going to go down here. I have a bunch of other die cuts from this year, and I know I want to put those up first, and maybe that's going to fill out a lot of this wall area down here, and maybe even put some of the pumpkin ones that I have that I bought, I don't know, early this year, early this year, before I was even like officially Halloween decor hunting, behind like these portions here on the shelves. I'm not certain on that though, because I don't want it to be too much pumpkin that it doesn't, like, the color scheme doesn't seem right. Let's just start laying the foundation. One, we need to put some creepy cloth here on the credenza. I usually put it and cover it the bottom. You can't really see it here on camera, but there are two bottom open areas. So let's lay that down and then check back in. I put down some creepy cloth. You can only see like a portion of it, but I basically draped it any sort of way. I don't get new creepy cloth every year. The more mangled it is, the better. I think it's one of those things that you should just keep, and then once it's way too mangled, just get rid of it because it's really cheap. But next, I think I'm going to put the popcorn buckets, because I know for a fact I want one on either side of this area, and then I think I'm going to add the jumbo size popcorn, and also put up these die cuts from Halloween. So let's do some of that. I got these popcorn buckets from the Salvation Army on two separate occasions. They were about $1 each, which I found out from y'all that the reason why I was finding so many of these is because they're sold at Dollar General or the dollar store as some sort of summer thing. I don't know. But that was good to know if I ever needed more for maybe a movie night or something, which would be fun, and I plan to maybe do this Halloween season. But I got these from Salvation Army. I'm going to put action figures and Funkos probably inside of these boxes. If you're wondering, okay, so what are you going to do now? Are you going to put that jumbo popcorn you made? It's too big to fit in there. I just put, when you go to Home Goods or any of these other stores, or even just wrapping you get in packages or grocery bags, anything like that, I save those. One, so that I have cushioning to put all this away back in the boxes when I put it all away. But also, I reuse it as bottom stuff for the inside of this. because you don't want to use like 5 bags of this for one of these. That's just, you're not going to see all of that. So instead, I fill that up. And for some of y'all, this may be common sense, but I fill that up, and then I take some of this paper, crinkle paper, which I think this one is from, and I reuse this every year. I think this one's from not Walmart, Target. And like I have a green and a white that are from Party City. I think there's a black one floating around, but I chose this orange. I might mix it up and do one side orange, one side green. I have no idea. That has to be completely covered with just that crinkle paper. And it's not. So, okay. I think that's a good place to start. I got these die cuts from Halloween Town. No, did I get them from Halloween Town? Yes, I did. I got them from Halloween Town. Halloween Town is a Halloween year-round store in Burbank that honestly kind of overprices some of their stuff because they're known for Halloween. But for some of their things, it's like, okay, got it. Like, it's worth it. These were like $16.99, but also they're like one of those trademark things, so they were this much online too. I knew that I wanted to put these up as Bob the Ghost and the classic jack-o'-lantern from Halloween. This really great Michael Myers kind of watercolor looking one. And this one that has him in like the smoke of the jack-o'-lantern. And then it also has, which I don't think I noticed that on there originally, it has one of those like die cuts that have like the arms and legs that like move and everything. I don't think that I knew that was in there. I thought it was just the die cut. So that's awesome. I'm wondering now if I should. Oh, I think that he'll work there to cover up my I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. And if you ask me, Fantastic Mr. Fox is a fall movie. But also, like, he works so well there. I think that's where I'm going to put him. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna paste him there and then paste all these other die cuts in these little areas right here next to the marquee sign. So that should be cool. So let me do that and get back to y'all. I also put in these branchy trees as well. I got these from Five Below about 2 years ago now, and they were $5 a piece. So make sure you're checking out Five Below. I know it gets, I hardly ever hear anybody talking that much about Five Below other than for like their t-shirts and stuff. But I got these and they light up. I mean, I don't have batteries in them, so they're probably not going to light up. I can't show you right now, but these are great and they're tall. I put them basically in this area every year because they work so well. So, and now it's starting to look nice. It's starting to kind of build out. Let's put in popcorn. So I think I want to put them not just here. I might hang some, like, one that will want to fit here because we kind of, in order to put this marquee sign up and it not hit our wire cover, I had to put in some wood planks that were left over actually from another craft for my Halloween Town. Just to add some height up off of the wall. And there's some overhang. You can't really see it, but I think it'd make me feel better if maybe it hung off. But I just gotta find the right piece of popcorn that'll fit there. So maybe also like have some, yes, I like that. This is definitely what I had in mind. I like it. You don't really see the board as much. They won't hang on it, but I'm not really going to stress it because you can't really see those boards, so it's not a big deal. I'm trying to lay as much foundation stuff as possible since that seemed to work with all of the other themes I've done so far. And I'm thinking, I have some VHS cassette tapes.
Patrick, what is it? Where are you going?
I've got to return some videotapes.
Let's maybe lay those in because I use those as platforms to put a lot of these figures on. So I think that me figuring out where those VHS will stay and maybe even leaning some of them in some places is going to help. And then I can put up also my alien, my tree-hugging alien from Joann's this year. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna put those, but we'll come to that when we get to it. Let's put those VHS in, because I think that'll start really kind of getting everything moving. So I've been slowly collecting these. I'm trying to pick them up at Savers and thrift stores instead of on eBay, unless there's one that I like really, really want, because they're like $1 to $2 at the thrift store as opposed on eBay with shipping. I won't pay over $5 for a VHS cassette, but it's still just kind of like a little expensive for something you really don't plan on watching, just collecting. I have Scream, Vampire in Brooklyn, which I got from the Spooky Swap Meet this year, along with the Interview with the Vampire. I found the Jack Nicholson, Tom Burton, Batman, which is the best one in my opinion. Dark Knight does not count. And then Blade, Practical Magic, and The Craft. These are all great, and they're all black, so there's going to be no problem fitting them in as far as color is concerned. I'm going to just fit those in on different shelves, and as we start putting some other things in, I may end up like putting them up vertically and leaning them against some items, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I have a lot of vampire ones here, so I think the problem is that I do have Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the Dracula bust, so maybe I put those in on the vampire shelf. And The Craft may not end up staying up like that. I just playing with what it could possibly be. That planter, there's something I can go in that planter, and I actually have some. These are from Burger King back in the day, and I got these off of eBay last year for my vintage Halloween space. We're doing a lot of color. So I filled that up with that crinkle paper. Now I'm just going to put these two inside of it. So because I put that newspaper in there before as well, they have something a little bit more substantial to stand on, so they'll stick right up. I like that. See, we're building out things. I know that I want a Scream. Let me not block it. I know that I want a Scream shelf because Ghostface is my favorite film. Like, Scream is my favorite slasher. Scream is my favorite franchise.
Oh, you want to play psycho killer? Can I be the helpless victim? Okay, let's see. No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I love that it's not really a slasher. It's very meta. It's the book nerd in me. So I know that I want a Ghostface shelf just because I have so much Ghostface memorabilia. I'm wondering if it's even going to all fit, to be honest, because I do have a mask, a brick phone, to reference Casey Becker.
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
A blow mode. There may be a lot of Ghostface, so I think that I may have to. I have a Ghostface bobblehead. Maybe I put I have a Ghostface action figure that's still in the box. I'm considering maybe taking it out of the box. Oh, I have the VHS cassette tapes too. Those need to go somewhere. And they should be spread out, and I don't just want them all in one place here. I like that that's a vampire shelf. We're going to keep that. I like what it's doing. I don't believe I have any other vampire figures, though. Okay, I don't have any vampire figures. I do have a Wolfman and a creature figure, though. So I think I'm going to put those here as well, just because there's already a Wolfman sitting up, and there needs to be something right here in this space. I like that, although the dilemma still stands. I also need to place my Headless Horseman somewhere, and I'm concerned on where to place him because he usually goes right here in the middle, but we already have another Golden Child this year, so I'm also thinking that there's a possibility that he may end up going in the Halloween Town section, which gets more and more stuff thrown into it as things start getting removed. So he may end up on the ground this year, though. But that may end up happening. I also have my painted bust that I really love that I did last year. Let's build up the VHS cassette tapes. I'm struggling here.
I'm feeling woozy here.
So if you remember from my first small business Halloween haul, I got these really great VHS cassette tapes from a seller on Etsy. I'll link them down below because I just think that these are amazing. So they redo them and then they use resin, one, to slash them up, but also to make them look kind of like the whole point of the film. So like this one is really simple, but it looks like it's slashed up by Freddy. This one is Friday the 13th, so of course it looks like Jason coming out of the lagoon. Like it has all this like lake stuff around it, and it's green, which it's hard to find green cassette tapes, I know. And then this one is the Halloween one, which it has even more blood coming out of it, and it also has these like fake leaves coming out of it because Halloween. So I'm wondering if they're gonna go here. Like, I'm not upset with maybe like stuff like this blocking it. I kind of like those there. Now the problem is that I can't put something in the middle, but I also don't think that I want something in the middle just because there's cords from the back of this soundbar that's in the way for that. So it's either like I gotta have two on one side and one on the other side. I still like one of them being there, so maybe not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street goes there because there's not much at the bottom except for the blood. You can just see the scratch marks. Maybe that's an idea. Let's take some of these popcorn out. Because I think especially not here, although I liked it being kind of spread about, I think it's preventing it from doing a lot. Like, for instance, that right there, now I need to fill. I got this Funko from Frankenstein's, which is basically a nerd swap meet, and I think that's gonna go better here because of the Halloween VHS. But then you're like, Kelsey, there's also Friday the 13th there. I have so much Halloween stuff. You would think it is my favorite film franchise, and it's not. So I don't want to hide that. And I don't want to put it in there because I still feel like it hides it. I have Freddy, Jason, and Beetlejuice Funkos. These are definitely going to go in. That was the original idea, but they're going to go in these these popcorn boxes. But I think this one's going to go here now because of the VHS. Something still needs to go here though because it's too empty. Maybe my mummy figure, which by the way, I got some of these figures. If you watch my Halfway to Halloween video, I have this creature and the Wolfman. I got these from a vendor at the Spooky Swap Meet during my Halfway to Halloween video. I was all concerned I wasn't going to have enough of things, and now look where we are. So if I'm going to put you there, then putting you there makes sense. I added some things while being off camera. Because I started to get really frustrated, to be honest. So let me catch y'all up on what kind of happened here, because we still are far from done. One, I took out like 3 popcorn. I took them off the shelves. I put the Wolfman next to Freddy, because I feel like it looks interesting and they're really low for this sign. I ended up moving Jason and Friday the 13th VHS into this popcorn box because it was taking up too much space needed space on the shelves. Moved out Freddy and just placed him there so he was still near the Nightmare on Elm Street VHS. Moved Candyman. I took Candyman because that was another huge figure. and put him up there. I don't know if he's going to stay there. I really want Candyman represented in here, but I don't know if he's going to stay there. We will see. I then moved the VHS of the Craft, Batman, and Practical Magic up there as well. I then played musical chairs with these shelves. So I have what's supposed to be my X-Files shelf. I wanted both Mulder and Scully up there, but one, there's not enough space, unfortunately. And somebody had to go. So I have Mulder up there. It is not because I like Mulder more than Scully necessarily, but it is because there is an alien actually in that vintage box with Mulder. So I put that up there along with the alien that I had gotten from the Midsummer Scream convention in a jar up there as well. Creature's up there just for the moment. I don't know if he's staying up there or not because I still have to put the alien figure somewhere. And what's upsetting is that I'm finding that the alien figure has to be on this side in order to show. Where is the alien? Found him. Alien can't go here. So I'm probably going to have to switch these two shelves regardless because the alien has to go on this side. Now, here's the problem. The alien now is going to kind of block Michael, which, again, using my own tips, don't be precious about items, but he'd probably have to go somewhere down here, or if it makes sense. Another problem, I don't have, like, this was something that I was like, that's for future Kelsey to worry about. Future Kelsey is now present Kelsey, and now she has to worry about how do I hang this up, because part of me is like, oh my god, that's going to be so cool if I was to hang this there. Maybe it just leans, but it can't lean here. Also, leaning isn't good. We have surround sound, so shaking is inevitable. Maybe he can just go like that. No, because that's not big enough. See, this is where I'm at a standstill on that. So I have to figure that out, but I don't think I'll do it on camera. I have my Scream shelf, but it did have, it can't just be one shelf. There's just far too much ghost face. So I have, let's see if I'm going to block it with my big old head. I have the mask, Ghostface mask, a blow mold from Spirit from last year, Scream VHS, a Ghostface action figure, which I'm considering taking out of the box because it's taking up a lot of real estate. And I'm wondering if I'm going to keep it just Scream because I still have the Shining figures to put up. I also have this Ghostface bobblehead, which I nearly forgot I had, so let's put that up. Okay, this is my first time seeing the bobblehead out of the box. This is definitely going up year-round. Like, probably in my office space or my craft corner. That's so cute. Okay, love that. Putting him there for now. Okay, now I'm wondering if I take Ghostface out of the box. Because to be honest, what would I put there instead? Because here's the other thing. This popcorn box I've now put in, and that I got from the Bloody Disgusting line or collection from Walmart this year, as well as the brick phone for Casey Becker and this fake knife that I just got from the dollar store, but works for the whole theme. Oh, I still have the Wolfman statue too. Well, that could probably go down here. The Grady twins might be able to go down here too. Okay, I don't think that I'm gonna, I don't think that I'm going to, although I would love this, because this just looks, you can't see it, but this just looks amazing. What if I put it there? I mean, it blocks that die cut, but if I place it there, I kind of, do I like that? Or am I just, like, taking what I can get? I kind of like that. I know that that was supposed to be for my X-Files area, but considering that the idea of that just being a single shelf isn't happening anymore, I still like that there, regardless of it kind of, it's just blocking the, I mean, we have Ghost Bob there, so we still see Michael in that house, which we can assume is the house. The maximalism is coming out. Okay, we might have done something there. So I got this door from the Overlook with you know, the axe and red rum in it. And this Funko of Jack Torrance I've had for a while.
Here's Johnny.
Maybe I'll just put him here. I know I know no one else is going to actually pay attention to the fact that there's an axe already behind him. But it may be cooler to put Jack Torrance there. Stay with me here. And then I also got the Grady twins from the Midsummer Scream convention as well this year.
Come play with us, Danny.
Yeah, because I have to take them out of the box. Right. So some decisions have to be made. I have a bunch of Frankenstein stuff left. And absolutely nowhere to place it. Like, there's nowhere. I have 2 sets of bus with Bride and Frankenstein. I even was going to put Hocus Pocus up there, but the problem is this isn't really giving family friendly. This is definitely giving more slasher, scary monster than just regular monster or cute. I have far more Halloween stuff than I thought I would have for this area, to be honest. I have this Wolfman bust, and now that I think of it, I guess there's going to be a Halloween area, because I have my Halloween trading cards. Oh, I have those X-Files trading cards, too. So, there's this Wolfman bust. I got that at Frankincense. I feel like I like that. Scooch this over. That there. That works. And then, what did I just say I was going to put there? So these trading cards I got from a small business seller. What are their names? Oh, I forgot. They're amazing. I'm going to place them down below in the description. I can't think of their names at the moment. But they have these amazing, like, baseball cards that are based on different horror films. And I showed these in my small business Halloween haul. And there's Halloween ones that I got, and then there's Night of the Living Dead as well. Maybe one can go like that, but the rest of them, I think they're going to have to go in the popcorn buckets. I also have this Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I want somewhere because I was thinking of getting an action figure. Now I'm glad I didn't, because that would be horrible to try and figure out where to put that. I want to put that somewhere just because I do watch this every single Halloween, no matter what.
Janet!
Dr. Scott!
Janet!
Brad!
Rook! Janet!
Dr. Scott!
Janet!
Brad!
Rook!
Okay, we're doing that because this makes sense. Okay, so now we freed up space over here on this shelf. I also have this zombie hand, and I was thinking of it going up here because at first it kind of reminded me of, like, Hand from Addams Family. I'm now thinking this is way too creepy to be thing. I do like that, how that looks. And then you put the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay. Had to pull an audible. Have my partner look at it, give some feedback. We have added popcorn on top of the TV. I've been allowed to do this because it's not going to ruin the television, but I like that. It's kind of immersive. We like it. Switched around the Wolfman over onto this shelf since there is a Wolfman over there, so it's the Vampire Wolfman shelf. And then moved Creature over in this area. Although part of me is just like, you should move Creature to the alien part because Creature is basically an alien. Yes, okay. Now, the part that's kind of still, I feel like there's something more that needs to go on this shelf. It doesn't feel absolutely complete as like all the other ones feel, in my opinion. But there's nothing else really to put there because Hocus Pocus is going to somehow fit onto my 90s Halloween party area. The Frankenstein bits, I'm thinking there's a possibility that some of those busts, I may be able to fit it down in this bottom area. I'm kind of going to experiment with that. We'll see that in just a moment. Headless Horsemen are too big to put in that area. And right now, I'm really happy with where this went. Leave it for right now and maybe come back to it in a bit if there's something left over from decorating that, or if I find something. Hold on a minute, I know what I could do. On my bookshelf, I have a Chris Washington from Get Out up all year round. I watch Get Out mainly during this time, and it fits the mode, so he's now gonna go there. Actually, I forgot, I have X-Files trading cards, and I have these Fright Flicks vintage, like, bubblegum trading cards. So the bubblegum ones have Freddy on the front of them. That may be cool to kind of sit those there. I have, like, a bunch of Freddy ones in this pack. Aliens, we have Aliens. And Alien, let's also include Alien. And add to the maximalism, always the maximalism. X-Files trading cards, which I'm like looking for Scully because we don't have Scully. Oh my god, this pack doesn't have Scully in it. It just has one of Mulder, and I don't want just Mulder up there. So I'm gonna do these two up there just so that I feel a little bit better about what is taking up the space. I think that's where I'm going with it. I think that's it. I think that's going to be it for this portion. Let's now do the bottom portion and call it a night. And figure that out, and we're going to be done for this one. This was so much harder than I was expecting. Okay. I did a lot of this off camera. Mainly because, one, there was just so much back and forth. To try and film this would have been really a disaster. I'm actually already still looking at some. I'm not even all the way done. Is the point I'm making. I'm really happy that I figured out a way to put. Here, let me back up a little bit so that you guys can see it. To put my my Frankensteins up here, because I just felt like it wouldn't have been right to not have Frankenstein at all in this space, and there's not really a space in the rest of my house where I feel like something like that would have shined. I'm happy with this. Let me put the little pumpkin fillers in, and I think we're going to do that, and then I'm also going to put some crinkle paper in the heads that don't have stuff in them. So let me do that real quick and come right back. Thank y'all so much for watching. I am happy with how this all turned out. I think, again, as were the first two places that I decorated, this one was no different in the sense that it was touch and go there. I think that it just came together in the last moments, and adding a few extra things and also taking out a few things, it ended up actually working out, which I'm still surprised at, to be honest, because looking at what we had originally, I really didn't think there was going to be enough, and then, of course, it ended up being too much somehow. So, I don't know. I'm happy with how it ended up. I'm even happy with how the end result ended up on the ground in front of the television. I'm glad that I figured out some way to put those Frankensteins still in this vignette, in this scene, because they're so pivotal to the monster movie mash genre. I've been really happy with how every theme has turned out so far in this Decorate With Me series. I think a lot of this has pushed me, which is good. I mean, it's a bit more fun to kind of look at things in a very specific theme instead of simply going like, what says Halloween? What is a pumpkin? You know, but looking at decades, or creating like sets almost with like our witch kitchen, or kind of looking at things that make sense as a unit. Ending with the Halloween town is probably the best way to end because it's the most traditional Halloween space that will be here. It's gonna have all of my favorite things, that vintage Halloween look, and everything's gonna be over there, but also with me incorporating more houses this year, or more Lemax houses. I even got some plugs and everything for the lights to actually work, and we got that Fright Theater. I think it's going to be something still really fun, even though it may not be as specific as the other 3 decorate videos we've done so far. So thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe down below if you liked today's video and you're looking for more. We have one more decorate video, and then it's going to be a house tour of how the entire house looks. I would love to know, what is your favorite scary movie? Down below. Since I love Scream so much, I thought I should end on that note and get to know everybody's favorite movie to watch during the Halloween season. So answer me that down below if you made it this far. I would love to hear it, and if it's something new to add to my Halloween playlist of movies to watch during the season. So let me know down below. Thank y'all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one. Bye!